Now in this video we're going to make a raised hugel bed, and you can see here we have some old corrugated iron, so you can actually get that from the dump. A hugel bed is German for small hill, and what you do is you add a lot of kind of branches at first, and then you put different layers. We'll talk a bit more about that as well, and why it's good, and also how the nitrogen doesn't get actually robbed from the soil just using these kind of twigs. Now I went to the beach and I got some seaweed. I have it in plastic bags because wet seaweed can usually rot your van if it's in contact with metal. But notice here I have a lot of leaves mixed in with it as well, and that's because in the bay where I collected it, there's plenty of trees around the area, and then when the tide comes in and out, it kind of breaks them all up and makes it into this lovely kind of stuff here that I'm going to use for the hugel bed. Now that's the inside layer, and you notice that I've dug over the inside of the bed first off. I turned the sods upside down, and the next step is going to be adding branches. And often you hear that carbon rich kind of materials can rob nitrogen from the soil, but that's only true if it's in direct contact, as in mixed in with the soil. So if it's underneath the soil layer, on top of the soil layer as a mulch, it really has very little effect on it. These heaps are very good for heating up the bed, helping out your vegetables in that way. Now I've added all the branches, and I'm going to add the seaweed actually next. There's two more things that you can add to this whole thing as well. You could put some grass clippings on here or cow manure. Now I haven't got any today because it's only March. And that's going to help with the kind of breakdown even faster. Now these kind of branches, once they decompose, they're going to create a lot of kind of fungal activity, which is great because vegetables like a mixture of fungally to bacterial dominated soils. And by adding our topsoil on top of this, and especially if you add a bit of kind of well broken down compost to the whole equation, it's going to create a lot of bacteria in the soil. So your vegetables are going to just love it. Now I just wanted to show you the old hugel bed. We had to move this one. We're going to move it to a new location and start afresh. You can see here the actual fungal activity going on, all the worms on the holes here. So it's actually a quite amazing bed. Like, this soil is just amazing. Now I added the seaweed, and the next step is to add the actual soil. So that's then how you actually set up your raised hugel bed. And with all kind of vegetable gardening methods, there are different types of beds, and I've shown you already how to do a kind of a no dig bed, a lazy bed, double dig bed, and each one has its kind of advantages and of course disadvantages as well. It really depends on what kind of materials you might have and your location, what kind of soil you have, and things like that. So as always, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did or found it useful, please maybe like it up and perhaps share it as well. So I'll see you next week.